Huh? How does this even work? Oh my gosh, it's so complex. So chances are you have thought like that. So in this video, I'm going to show you guys a complete redstone guide for beginners. So to begin to understand on how to get better at redstone, you have to figure out what everything does in the redstone room. So the universal item of redstone is the redstone dust, which can go at a maximum of 15 blocks, which right here is 15. It's not giving off a signal, but this is the 15th block. And it's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And this is where it stopped. This is the 16th block where it does not give off a signal. But if you use a repeater, that can reset that all the way back to 15 level of strength. And this will also act as a way to get delay. So if you want this piston to fire after this piston, then you would power this to have a repeater on delay to make this fire last. So how do you tell how much delay is on a repeater? The default is just 1 tick when it's like that. This is 2 ticks, and this is 3 ticks, and finally this is 4 ticks. And you can even stack it like this, and this will be 5 ticks, 6 ticks, 7 ticks, and 8 ticks. Okay, so what if you want to power redstone with something that's not a lever? Then a redstone block will give off the same amount as a lever. This is 15. And so will a torch and a button. So now that we have covered the very basics of redstone, it's time to get into some more complex items, such as comparators. Comparators will detect there's items in like a hopper or a furnace or something like that, and it gives off signal depending on how much items is in that hopper or composter and stuff like that. And since it's only like 5 items in here, it's only giving off 1 redstone signal. So if we add more blocks, like this or something, like so like that, you see how that is giving a signal. Comparators can do other stuff, like I showed in the intro, but I'm saving that for another video. Now, let's go on to pistons. So pistons are simple. So pistons are not sticky like this. If there's like a block in front of it or something, and it gets powered, it gets pushed out, but it's not returned. But if it's sticky, then it gets pushed out and is returned to the piston. So the next block is an observer. What's an observer? It's a block that can detect change. So if we just bring this out and if we do something over here, you can see that this redstone has just flashed. And you can do that by breaking something like that, or even by powering redstone and stuff like that. By using this feature, you can make redstone clocks like this. You can see that is keep on sending out a signal, because if that sends out a signal, then that is constantly changing, which also updates this, which when that happens, then that updates this. Just to prove that it is a clock, both sides are constantly firing like that. Now that we have gone over all the redstone components, it's time to use them. So here we have a 2x2 piston duel. So how it works is this lever powers this redstone dust, and that powers this block, which is then transmitted to this repeater, which powers this piston, and this comes here and powers this block, which is transmitted to this piston, and then the redstone dust comes all the way over here, and then that goes into that block, which powers it, which is transmitted to that one, and then that comes down to here, which that redstone dust is powering this block, so that is transmitted over to this piston. Okay, so here we have a redstone feed tape, which is where like a block gets shuffled around like a ring, so like this, where this gold block right here is eventually gonna move here, just then, and then there, and then there, and etc. It goes around the ring. So how does it work? Well, this lever powers this redstone, which is powering this block, which is transmitted over to this piston, which moves any blocks that comes past here, which will be the first block that will pass in this ring. And then there is a ramp over here, and then there is a repeater here on 4 ticks. So this piston fires after this piston. So then we have a repeater here, which powers this block, which transmits it over to this repeater, and then that repeater powers this block, which is then transmitted over to here. And then once it gets here, it powers this block, which right under that block, there's a piston. So that piston will fire and move any block that is here. And then we have 3 repeaters on 1/4 device that is 12 ticks. And then that powers this block, which is transmitted to that redstone dust, which then powers this block, which is transmitted to this piston and makes it fire. And then, so the redstone goes around in a circle, and this keeps going on forever. We have this redstone, it connects back up here, but this redstone cannot go back here because this redstone repeaters is going this way. It cannot go backwards like that, and it cannot power this block. This redstone cannot do that. So if you like this video, consider subscribing in the link in the top right, and check out my most recent video right below that. See you guys next video. Bye.